What is up, guys? As you can see, I am in my dorm room. This episode or this video that you guys are going to watch, I filmed back home a couple days before I left back to school. I go to Iowa State in Ames, Iowa, so it's about 5 hours from home. Here it's a little bit chillier than back home, so everywhere's iced over, but I got lucky back home a couple days before I left to get out there and fish one of my local ponds that I fish always. So today, keep watching. You're going to see me be fishing and catching a couple bass, throwing a jerkbait. So keep watching and you can see what I did. So ready? 1, 2, 3, here we go. What is happening, guys? We are going out today. We were actually out earlier today. We were catching them on a jerkbait, so we're gonna head back out and see if we can hit them on maybe a big glide bait and a jerkbait. So the weather in Illinois today, or the Midwest, is around like 40, 43 degrees. So I mean, it's been a crappy winter. It's been cold, hot, and back to cold, and now it's hot again. So the water temp's probably pretty cold, or I mean, it is really cold, but I mean, we're still gonna try to catch them. So this is a good pond. I fish during the winter time all the time, so we're gonna see if we can catch them today. I will catch you guys out there on the water, and we'll see if we can get on them. So stay tuned and see if I can get a couple in for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching some of that fish that I caught on a jerkbait, and basically just going to show you what I was using and the setup I was throwing them on. Here we have a 7-foot medium light Fox River lures and rod. That's one of my sponsors, so I typically use mostly all their rods. I would recommend either using, in this case I was using a spinning setup. You can throw a jerkbait, a lighter jerkbait in the wintertime because it's more finesse on a more of a finesse spinning rod, or you can throw a, I would suggest a 6.6 to a 7.9 shorter rod if you're using a bait casting setup for a jerkbait, more or less, so that you have more of a snapback, and it's shorter so you're not smacking the water or the top like your boat or whatever else you're going to be hitting. But I didn't recommend the line, so I'm going to say that line that I use on this is I use a 10-pound braid to an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. You want to use the fluorocarbon because when you're using a jerkbait, you don't want the fish to see the line, even if you're in dirty water. But you typically always want to throw a jerkbait in clear water. I wouldn't recommend it as much in dirty water, but stick to throwing a jerkbait in clear water so much as throwing like something that the fish can see, because in clear water it's very, very simple for the fish to look up and see the bait. So that's why if you stick to a jerkbait, they can see it more and see that darting action. So stick with that line in that line place. And if you're using a bait casting rod, I would suggest using around 12 to 15 pound fluorocarbon, preferably 12 pound. That's just what I typically like to use. But yeah, and as you can see, this is a jerkbait I was throwing. This is a Strike King jerkbait. It's in Chrome Sexy Shad. That was the jerkbait I was throwing in the video. It was a little bit sunny outside, so the jerkbait was reflecting pretty well as I was throwing it, and it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I would suggest throwing jerkbaits this time of year. I typically like to throw it in that temperature. It was about 30 degrees. The water's open, go for it, because the fish like a finicky direct action of the jerkbait. It's an easy meal for them because they're staring at it and they're seeing it suspend in front of them, and they can move slowly up to it. But one tip I'm going to give you though is when you're throwing them is you definitely want to give 1 or 2 pops. Let it sit for, I'd say, 10 to 15 seconds. In the video, as you guys saw, I was going decently fast, but you want to give a little break between your jerks. The purpose of that is because when you jerk, it gets the fish to react. But since the fish are so finicky and so like lethargic this time of year, and they're not moving as fast, you want to let it sit there so they have time to move up to it. So as the bait's sitting there, they'll come slowly, and as you twitch it, then they'll move closer and closer, and the longer it sits, they'll have more time to eat it. So that's one tip that I recommend and for you doing. So try that out, and you guys give this bait a try, or go start throwing jerkbaits in your local pond or lake at this time of year, and drop a comment or like and subscribe below. And I appreciate you guys for watching, so thank you, and look forward for the next video.